first carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
On the ball.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Finding room inside the 40. A big play there from McCaffrey. 44 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
To throw on second down is Newton. Being chased out left. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Newton now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. This is Thomas. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Dalton throwing on second down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now Thomas. And a nice spin into some open field.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, They come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Brashad Perriman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bash.
Super toe.
Newton to throw. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
20.
Throwing again. Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On the ground, it's Thomas. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They run with Thomas. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a play fake here on first down. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And brought down down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Second down, Dalton. Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Coleman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And some room to maneuver. Whoosh. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. In for the score. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in his first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Again, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They find some open field here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. First and 10 for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Thomas Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here you go, 368.
Now Dalton. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets it down to the 32. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Dalton here from the gun. Got his man, it's Eifert. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Newton, able to get away. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 19.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And on the ground they go with a running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Andy Dalton now, only one pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
368.
Dalton throwing on second down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On third down, that's Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. He punted 5 times in the win last week, as this one's away. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. K1 short. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Again, Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Cam is still down here. Appears to be shaken up and in some pain after the last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Gun!
From the gun, here's Savage. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of...
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DeAnthony Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Mike 7. Better bring it. Better bring it.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Now let's go.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The first down throw coming. Savage. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone! Hot!
Out of the gun. Savage. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. DeAnthony Thomas, 44 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Detroit! Set! Green, 39! Green,
from the end zone, Savage. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ground they go with a running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Panthers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
4 down.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
4th down, desperation time for Savage. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Willis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we could see this thing pile up as we go on.
And they'll run it here. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 3rd down, that's Thomas. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying,
and now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They run it again with Anderson. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Leopard!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.